Hey, man.
Hi.
You're wrong about the private, and I can't change it. It's still private. It doesn't give me an option. So you and your tech savvy bullshit there, Suker.
I did it the first week that we were doing it. I found the public private switcheroo jobby.
I'm on it now, and I can go to edit the event, but I can't change it. So that's okay. A lot of people invited. Man, it's good to see you twice in a day.
Man, it's good to be seen twice in a day. I can't lie. It really is a good feeling.
Yeah. Well, I wish I could say the same, but it's good to see you a second time.
Well, today's about me, right? Like 9 episodes have been about you, so like today is about me. So let's get used to it at 1/10 of the time.
Well, maybe I'll give you the next 20 episodes and then do the math on that.
How are you?
I'm good.
Let's talk about the stress you're going through today. You've had a tough day. Don't.
So we for our viewers, we joined up this morning and went for a beautiful walk through the park.
We did. How many miles did we walk?
That walk is 3.5, but then we added the other. It's probably, I would guess, 4.5. You have the Apple Watch. What did it tell you?
I wasn't paying attention to electronics while we were walking today. I was staying in the moment.
I was counting on you paying attention to electronics. Look, St. Jude's Ranch for Children.
That's nice.
It's a stress heart. Yeah. Yeah, not a great day, actually. I mean, that was an amazing way to start, and I had a great time. But then so we have a show on the 18th. As you know, you have a show on the 18th too, but you're traveling. Are you in California? Where are you playing?
Yeah, we're playing in Fresno, California. I was told that May in Fresno is gorgeous.
May is good everywhere, from Chicago to Fresno to Vegas to, I mean, where is it not? New York, everywhere. I don't know, in any case, you won't have this problem, but our main man, our sound guy, William Gallagher, we love Billy. He was informed that he would not be able to be there for us on the 18th. So I'm scrambling a little bit to, you know how it is. You got a player that can't make it or whatever. We do have 11 days until the show, so plenty of notice, but Billy's my guy, man.
I get it. It's like having your whoopee by, comfort. It's comforting to have your guy, pushing the faders out front. Hey, we got Sam Novak right off the bat saying, what do a wooden carrot, castor oil, and a sled dog playing solitaire have in common? I'm going to say they were all in a movie called Hundreds of Beavers.
I was going to say they do it alone, but you guys went and saw a movie on last night? Was it last night you went?
Yeah, we went and saw this really good film. Like, it was a little, I was a little questionable when I watched the trailer, but really stylized film, edited, and production design was breathtaking. There's a lot of live motion and probably some stop motion things, and then a whole lot of like layered scenery changes. It was really good, and I was better than I was expecting it to be. You were invited, but you politely declined like you do every other fucking time.
I was going to say, Sam, thanks a lot for the invite. I see Diane. Hey, how is the next show different from the last one? Are you talking about, Diane, are you talking about a Little Lavender? Are you talking about the Docksiders in Fresno? Are you talking about Reckless in Vegas at Notoriety?
I'm guessing she wants to know about Reckless in Vegas at Notoriety. Why don't you tell our 2 listeners what and how it's going to be different?
Well, there's 3, and there's Brian Greenfarb too. So that they're they're related, right? They're like cousins of some kind. Did you know that? Reckless.
Who?
Diane and Brian. Did you know that they're cousins?
Oh, I didn't. Now I know this. Now I know.
There might be these kind of cousins. I don't know. I don't know what that means, but the show will be different. Diane, thank you for asking that.
They could be West Virginia cousins. That's a very different kind of relationship right there.
That's a little bit stereotypical and also kind of carving out a particular sector. Anyway, Patrick, hold your compliments to Kevin, please.
Thanks, Patrick. Appreciate you, my friend.
Back to me, and then we're going to turn it over to Kevin because this is his episode. We're doing horns. We're doing dancers. I got my own screen. This is great. This is fantastic. That's what's different, Diana. We're doing electric full. The same show we were doing at the Sahara on the Strip. Yes, that's right, on the Strip.
Let's just make it real simple for the people that don't understand the technical difference. It's the same fucking show, just a whole bunch of different noises.
No, it's completely different. It's completely different. So you can suck it, Sookster. Sookster. Yeah.
I'm
Kev,
so How do you keep booking shows when I'm out of town? Every show you've booked is I'm playing once twice in May, but one of the shows is the same night you picked for this.
well, I find it mysterious that I had booked all these dates. I booked them way back when in February or January, and I booked them all. I posted them all, and all of a sudden you're booking shows on those dates. So I'm going to say that you actually. How is it that you're booking shows on the days that Reckless in Vegas is playing? Own it, dude. Own it. It's okay.
Wow. Wow. I wish I was that savvy. I wish I could look at you in your eyes right now and say, as a matter of fact, I waited till you posted your dates and then I went to try to be out of town. That
Yeah,
was
makes
something
sense.
I wish I could really take ownership in. Hey, we haven't had any questions in a little bit of time. We haven't answered any questions from our viewing public. You know what else hasn't happened, Michael Shapiro?
Doesn't happen. Oh, wait, I got an idea. We haven't
We
had
haven't we
had
haven't
Marie
painted.
we haven't had Marie Sawchuk on the show. Hi, boys and girls.
I
Hello.
hope
Hello.
he's putting this in his IMDb page because he's now made 10 appearances on our
And
podcast
he's never even been on it.
and he's never been on our podcast once. Murray, hey, dude, we got to get you on the show and we've got to really kind of we should do a screenshot side by side of the paintbrush and Murray and really see how accurate that is. I think you're kind of being funny with him.
I'm yeah. Listen, having Murray on the show, it'll be really hard to get a word in edgewise, which is my deal. So he'll be competing with
It's
that.
like it would be like me being with two of you.
Well, he's actually faster, and he articulates and enunciates, and I mumble. Right now, I'm trying to articulate to make the point, but that is what it is. So, is your day after we went on our walk go okay? Everything good? You're figuring out transportation. We have a big event on Friday.
We do have a big event on Friday. We're both playing at the Cosmopolitan in the Belmont Room for a wonderful charity gala, correct?
Yeah, the Hope Gala for JDRF. That's a Junior
JDRF
Foundation.
Junior Diabetes, right? That's a wonderful event. I'm looking forward to that. And you're singing a song in this event with my band, the Docksiders, right?
It's going to be great to finally be on stage with some real musicians.
Wow.
That's okay. The band doesn't watch this. They don't know it.
Your band's a bunch of nice people, but
They're
apparently
super nice, but they can't play. It's a wild, wild thing. You gotta. It's one or the other. I find the better the player, the bigger douche they are.
that's awesome. Hey, we are actively booking guests in the next handful of episodes. We've got guests scheduled into June already. So apparently this is going to continue for a little while longer. We need some feedback from the audience. Hey, we've asked this like at least 6 times. Do you want to see us paint? Do you not want to see us paint? Nobody has made any comment about wanting to see any painting going on. I've seen Michael Shapiro's paintings, and let me tell you, he should give up the music. He should paint all the freaking time because he's a fantastic painter.
Do you mean that, or are you just placating me and bullshitting me? Are you petting the artist?
What do you think coming out of my mouth isn't being honest?
It's better than coming into your mouth, Kevin.
Well, hello. It's all of a sudden turned into that. Hey, hey, Jack Roth is watching this. Apparently, your band does watch this. And Jack, did you hear about what your dude just said about you guys being musicians in Reckless in Vegas?
He's driving. A quick moment to mention our sponsors. Generosity. Every bottle, 10 cents goes to charity. Every bottle, if you see this in the stores and Walmart, and it's going to be in Terrible Herb soon, pick up a bottle, 10 cents for every bottle goes to charity. Okay, that's our sponsor. And by the way, no,
I didn't get it. I still haven't gotten a fucking bottle of that tea.
You were here today, and you could have easily got your case of tea, and you intentionally left before I could give it to you. So look what Jack wrote. Put that up.
I just saw it. Let's see what Jack wrote. Yeah. Yes.
Oh, I thought he said I was a total dick.
There's a stream of dick that runs through the Reckless Project, apparently. You should put that on a shirt.
Back to the gal on Friday. You got Clint Holmes, Kelly Clinton, his wife. She's going by Kelly Clinton now. You know that. I don't know if there's.
I didn't. I call her KCH.
That's too many syllables. But here's the thing. You got Chris Phillips. I'm gonna be joined by Vin and I are doing our number together, right? Vincent John. I stutter because he always changes his name. We got these guys. These guys are phenomenal. They're playing, right? They're singing.
These guys, is that their name? We got to give him some shit. I mean, come on, you got to come up with a better name than these guys.
It's a great name, actually, if you think.
I don't think so. I'm going to disagree with you.
Okay,
I
fine.
mean, come on, you got to come up with a better name than who's playing. It's like calling. It's like calling. Honestly, it would be like if they named themselves Taco Tuesday.
Well, I hear what you're saying. I want you to know I'm hearing you, but I absolutely disagree. I think These Guys is a great name, and also, the name doesn't make the band makes the name, and those guys are phenomenally talented, incredible singers, and great arrangements. So I'm for These Guys. We got Monet. Monet's performing, right?
Miss
Who else?
Monet will be there. We
Chris.
got Chris Ruggiero, right?
Yeah. Is that it? Did I cover it?
You covered it all.
Ken Henderson's being honored. He's been a big supporter of JDRF for a long time, and so many years he sat on the board. His agency, Best Agency, has supported that event for all these probably over a decade now. I don't even know how long, but they're finally honoring him, which is pretty cool. He's excited about it. So
That's
yeah.
wonderful.
And are you playing as the Docksiders, or because you're doing a lot? You're doing what, 30 minutes?
Why are you asking like you don't know what we're doing? Like why?
Because it changes every week. So you're doing 40 minutes. What do you do? Tell us what you're doing.
I don't even know.
See what I mean? You don't even know, and it's changing.
I don't even know what we're doing. Yeah, the Docksiders are playing. The Docksiders are the house band that night. We're going to be accompanying all of these wonderful singers in Las Vegas. It's going to be so much fun. I can't wait.
We should save a little time for our really interesting guest today. Did you read the article that Sam Novak put out about this particular person?
No.
Oh, did you?
Oh, yes, of course I did. What do you mean? Did I read the article? Yes, I did. So we have a great guest today. Do you want to do the intro?
Well, no, but Sam sent me this article like, a couple hours ago, and I read it, and I didn't see it when it first came out. And it's really, he's multifaceted. He's interesting in every regard, and he has overcome a challenge that I don't think that I could handle. So go ahead and you can take the intro from there, Kevin. You're so
Ladies and gentlemen, today on A Little Lavender, this is episode 10. Can you believe it? We've reached double digits. We got a really, really cool guest. He's got a great story. And I did some digging. I did some digging on YouTube. I did some digging on his Facebook page. And, out of respect for Timothy, he sent me stuff that he wanted to show. So listen, you and I know what it's like when you walk into a situation and they're picking up videos from the old days when I had hair and all that sort of shit. So out of respect, I'm not going to show anything from the old days. But we have the ukulele hero and AKA Sonny Calzone,
Hey,
Mr.
Sonny.
Timothy Connolly is with us today.
Bravo. Yeah.
Hello, gentlemen. I
How
learned
are you,
so
man?
much from you guys. Thank you. Today I learned from Kevin that I should never call a band Taco Tuesday if I start a band around here.
It could be a brilliant marketing move because you could have like a Saturday night and they just put the band name saying Taco Tuesday and people will be coming out thinking they're getting free fucking tacos.
Or free beer works too. That's a good name.
It's wonderful to see both of you guys. Thank you for having me today.
Good to see you, man.
See you, buddy.
Glad to be here. Glad to be here. So what's on your minds?
Well, tell us about this ukulele thing. Like, I got to be real. I've been very fortunate to do a lot of traveling. The music has taken me all over the place. And I can be 100% real with you that I don't personally think I've met a professional ukulele player. What made you say, enough of the guitar, I'm picking up a uke?
Well, the ukulele was given to me as a gift by one of my bandmates in New York around, I want to say 2008. And it was a soprano. It was one of the smaller sizes. And of course, I messed around with it a little. I was still a singer at that time. And eventually I transitioned away from singing and I just became a string instrument person. Can do a little bit of guitar, but mainly ukulele is my thing. I have a soprano. I've got an alto, which they also refer to as a concert size. I have a tenor and a baritone. Guess which of those four is my favorite?
Baritone.
Wrong. Guess again.
Tenor.
The tenor is correct. You guys got it in 2 guesses. That's good. Some people don't even get that in 4 guesses.
Wait a second. Technically, Kevin got it in 1 guess.
Well, yes, that's true. That's all right.
But he also, like, technically, he also said you guys. So he was lumping both of our guesses together. It was the second guess.
That's a good name for a band. You guys. Is that too
Yeah,
close to these guys? I don't know.
I got a problem with it. I'm gonna have to say something on Friday night. I'm gonna open my mouth. Anyways, back to you, Timothy.
I
So
got
sure.
the tenor ukulele. I can honestly say I really, I've been into a billion music stores. I didn't know that there were multiple sizes of ukes either. Am I calling it uke? Is that wrong of me to be bastardizing the name of the instrument?
That's a good question. The proper
ook,
pronunciation is ukulele.
ook.
Ukulele, right. You can say also ukulele, which is fine. It's just more
Yeah,
of a slang term for the instrument.
that's an ook. Ook.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I dig it. Tenor is my favorite of the four. I love the size. I have it strung with a low G followed by the rest of the stringing. It's strung G, C, E, A, so it's obviously very different from E, A, D, G, B, E, but it's similar to if you were to take a capo and put it on the fifth fret of a guitar. That gets you very close to what a ukulele is.
It sounds
Um,
like math, man. Math with letters, and you're killing me. You lost me on the tuning shit. I don't understand any of that.
I'm so sorry.
Let me ask you this. So on Sam Novak did an article on you, which I read today. It was a great piece. It was
It's a
very.
great article.
There's a
Thank
video.
you. Sam did a good one there. I love Sam.
There's a video in the article on the digital version of a band playing a Pink Floyd song, and I think you were in bands before you started playing the ook. You said your band.
That's right. Uh-huh.
So were you playing guitar or singing? And that it was very dark. I couldn't tell.
Lead singer.
Lead singer.
I was the front man and band leader for the Suck It Easy band from 2002 until 2012, I think. That was it.
Timothy, that is a great fucking name.
Suck It Easy.
Suck It Easy. Yeah, that band was named by our drummer. And
Of course.
we just signed up for an open mic night one time randomly, and I said, "What should we call ourselves?" And he said that, so we wrote it down on the sheet, and that's who we were, and that's who we've been.
Suck It Easy.
Yeah, the Suck It Easy band.
I
Those
hate
were
that.
the good old days. Oops, I mean nights. Um, no more nightlife for me. That nearly destroyed me. The New York City nightlife is rough. I'm a survivor. Cheers to all of my fellow New York City nightlife survivors out there in the world tuning in with us today.
Cheers.
I lived in New York very briefly before my oldest was born, and there was one night that I went to a club, and I got in a taxi to get back to where I was living in Jersey City at 9 in the morning.
That's a hike.
And it was a hike, and my body and my whole situation isn't meant to stay up all night long, and leaving some club at 9 a.m. It was just not good. What are you sporting over there, buddy? You got a Mets jersey, and we still haven't figured out who this is signed by, huh?
I love that jersey Michael's got there.
You can have it. I don't know who it is. You know that in New York, when you go to New York from Las Vegas and you grow up in Las Vegas, you can't drink while you walk from club to club. And I was with an amazing. She was a cast member, but she actually got arrested for open bottle on the street and had to go to court in New York to answer to this ticket she got, this violation.
They call it a summons.
Was she using a paper bag to at least conceal the can of beer or whatever it was?
No, there's no concealing because we all grew up in Las Vegas. We're used to being able to walk anywhere with a drink in your hand.
I see.
Yeah, it was a bottle of beer. It was wide up, all clearly not trying to hide anything.
Well, lesson learned.
It's my only problem with New York. That's it. Everything else is great.
Oh, don't take it so hard, Michael.
How long have you been in Las Vegas, Timothy?
This is my 7th year, and I have no plans whatsoever to go back to the East Coast. I think I am here to stay. Just love it. Absolutely love it.
Good for you.
Yeah, man, it's been great.
What are you working on right now?
What am I working on right now? Well, musically, I have some wood shedding that I'm doing for a big Eagles show that I'm doing this weekend. I'm doing 2 full sets of Eagles music, and then after that, I have more wood shedding to do for another show the following weekend when we're going to be celebrating Mark Mothersbaugh's 74th birthday from Devo. That should be a whole lot of fun. We're going to be at Carmine's that night. So I'm doing 3 full sets of they requested from me specifically party music from the 1970s and 80s. So that'll be May 18th. I'm sure everybody's busy on May 18th. And but for those one or two of you folks out there who might not be, and you want to come to Carmine's, they make great pizza. We're going to have a good party there. And then there's this Saturday, which is the Eagles show. Now it's not Don Henley's birthday or Joe Walsh's birthday or anything silly like that this weekend. This is one of those just because weekends. When you love a band as much as I do, and you like to get out there and salute the heroes, and really not just stand upon the shoulders of giants, but stand tall and with gratitude for, you know, those who have paved the road, for those of us who can get out there and continue to help keep great music alive in some way, shape, or form. Because let's face it, the 21st century music can't stand up to the 20th century music. And no disrespect whatsoever to any original music that comes from the Docksiders or from Reckless in Vegas. But you know where I'm coming from with the classics, and I'm doing what I can to get out there and salute and support the scene a little bit. No longer the band leader, no more crazy fans, no more stalkers, no more love triangles. That nonsense is over with now. That's New York City. Las Vegas for me is a very different existence. 8 p.m. curfew every night, doesn't matter what night. Um, unless I'm getting paid above board for my standard rates to perform somewhere. Also, 9 p.m. lights out. So 8 p.m. curfew in for the night, lights out 9 p.m. Got to do it because I escaped some bad nightlife stuff in the
You
past.
you you sound very, regimented in your process. Did you have a drug addiction problem? Did you have any issues with substances prior?
I came very close to alcoholism in the early 2000s, and the band lifestyle, together with the club nightlife and everything, it got to be a bit much. Let's
Y
just say I was burning the candle at both ends when I shouldn't have been. Although, now that I've survived it, I can look back on it with the wisdom that could have only come from that, which I'm grateful to have, and I honestly wouldn't trade for anything right now.
you
And I
you
try to
you
lead by example. I've had some good friends and bandmates who I've lost to drug addiction, and that also waked me up a little bit. So,
but
in a way, I was.
you gotta admit, though, you missed the love triangles a little bit, come on. I mean, a good love triangle, that ding, the sound, the feeling, the immersion, it's just
There's nothing else quite like it. I will tell you that. And but do I miss it a whole lot? No. Do I miss it a little bit? Yeah, sometimes. Look, I got to be honest with you guys. But I do feel very at peace now that I'm away from that maelstrom. Let's just call it what it was. And I'm
good for
here.
you.
I'm here in a city where
Congratulations.
nightlife is all around and temptation is all around. But I've got a good handle on myself now.
That's
Well,
good. It's a good place to be.
Kevin and I were talking a lot about your situation, and I think something very, very inspiring that a lot of people probably don't know, especially a performer, an uke player, guy who was, a singer in a band at one time.
Hey,
Um,
that sounds like me.
yeah, well, listen, you've shared a challenge, and some people do know this, but you lost your hearing, and you have overcome that being a musician and working and being on a podcast with us right now. You have figured out how to do it, which to me, like, is so scary to me. And to see you overcome that and do this is incredibly inspiring. And I want to thank you for what you've gone through to get to where you are. And I want you to know we all appreciate that.
Well, that's very nice of you to say, and I thank you for saying that. But I need to thank you also for having me on the show and, giving me an opportunity to talk about something like this that I can see easily how frightening it would be for someone born with healthy hearing, as I was. But then, of course, someone who also wasn't robbed of their hearing from a life-threatening head injury at age 3.
Yeah.
Now, I have today about 10% left of my hearing from birth. In both ears, it's an equal loss. But thanks to technology, I can wear hearing aids that help me to hear the world in 24 channel stereo, or so my audiologist tells me, but I don't have any frame of reference. Come on. But it's helpful even though I tend to feel sound more than I can hear it, if that makes sense to you.
Yeah.
And my relationship with sound is very different. As such, my relationship with music too. When I'm strumming an acoustic instrument in my lap, that instrument speaks to me silently through its vibrations. And because my hearing is gone, my other senses are, including touch, and I don't just mean fingertips, I mean full body, head to toe. My skin can absorb vibrations and frequencies and comprehend them in a way for me that my brain can compute, combined with the 10% healthy hearing that I still am somehow clinging on to. And I get help from the hearing aids and I get help from being able to read lips. And I just, I have a lot of help. Some people say, hey, it takes a village. And that's such a cliche, but it's true for someone with severe hearing loss to be able to still chase a dream, as in thinking I might still have something to offer the music scene, even at this advanced age of mine now.
Hey,
It,
hey, hey, hey,
it takes
hey.
courage.
You don't talk about advanced age. All three of us are 88 and 89. So
I know. I
I'm the
listen,
know.
youngest. Don't
what,
I still am
I
the
know.
baby in the conversation here.
what
To
I
to
heard,
to paraphrase my fellow New Yorker George Carlin, please allow me to say, we are not old, we are older.
that's a
We're
good one.
older.
What I heard you
Right.
say in that whole monologue you just did, which is beautiful, by the way, but what I heard you
Very
say,
inspiring.
Timothy is an amazing lover. Am I wrong? Because your heightened senses, the touch, and the way you were describing that, I'm thinking this is a sex machine right here. This guy. Am I wrong?
No lies detected. And I raise
There you
my
go.
cup in his direction. Kevin, you can raise a glass
Hey,
in his
let's
direction
let's
too. Come
fire
on.
a rocket for Timothy tonight. That's all I know.
Woo! That's right. That's right. So once again, you're playing this weekend. I missed where, but next weekend on the 18th, you're playing at Carmine's. You're doing the
That's
deep.
right. I have shows the next 3 Saturdays. This coming up Saturday the 11th, you can find me at Rick's Rollin' Smoke Barbecue Tavern. And on Saturday the 18th, I will be at the Carmine's Pizza Kitchen on Raiders Way. They have a few locations in town. Make sure you go to the Raiders Way location. I'll be outdoors on the patio. And then on May 25th, private party, bachelor party actually at Cosmopolitan. So I got some fun stuff coming up this month. Come out and have some fun with me at Rick's on the 11th. We're doing 2 sets of Eagles. I say we, but it's just me, solo instrumental. 2 sets of solo instrumental, electric, ukulele, Eagles music on a Fender tenor ukulele with Aquila strings from Italy. Have to give them a shout. My favorite strings.
Give him a shot.
And then
Hey Timothy,
I
what's the enamoration? Isn't that a new word of mine? Enamoration.
Admiration.
Why are you
Who's
so
feeling
enamored?
enamored?
Why are you so enamored with the Eagles?
I did.
What an inspiring story.
Man, earlier today, you and I were on FaceTime, and you said, "You go, what are you? So did you guys figure out what you're going to wear for Friday night for the gala?" And man, I went in. Well, I started, and you hung up on me. You got me so good today. I mean, dude, that might have been that was the king of it, all of our hangups that we've done, and what a great
Can I tell you something? Your face just before I hung up on you. For
got
those
me.
of you that are paying attention, Michael and I have this thing that like we'll ask one another a question and we hang up like the conversation's over. And sometimes it's telegraphed, like it's coming,
Mhm.
and other times it's so perfect. But the look in your eye as you were so excited to answer the question that I asked you,
I,
and I clicked end,
I
I
called
I walked away going, I fucking got him good
I
today.
called you right back, Kevin, because I wanted to ask you. Because when you did that, I just sat there and laughed, and I called you right back because I want to say, what do you feel when you pull one of those off? Because it's so good, man. And I that was done to me as a young kid from my grandfather's best friend, and I always loved it. And I did it to you early in our relationship, but since I turned you on to that idea, you are the master, bro. Like,
Jedi, right?
oh my
Fucking
god, it's
Jedi.
amazing. It's amazing. Well, I hope Timothy understood that and got that, and it's so interesting. Of course, he's playing around town. I wish that I want to go see him play. I want to see him pull that off. And um,
Let me know which night you go, and I'll pick a different one.
oh, thank you, thank
Yeah,
you. I
absolutely.
wonder. I wonder if one was deaf and could see, had eyesight, but wasn't always deaf, had hearing at one point, so they had a baseline to compare to. Would one trade eyesight for hearing, do you think? I ask myself that, I don't know. I mean, if
I
you
don't
had
know.
kids.
It's very scary. As somebody who has made a career like mixing records, like
Yeah,
that was my career. It has always been a deep, deep rooted fear of mine to, to go through a hearing loss situation. And what I find amazing, and I played a show, gosh, I want to say I was probably in my 20s. We played a show at a deaf institute, like a college of all deaf people. And I remember the person that was in charge said, "Hey, listen, this might sound weird, but everybody here is deaf tonight. They will move to the music because
yeah,
they feel the bass, right? Like they feel the bottom end
mhm,
of what the PA system does. So don't think that there isn't going to be a connection between the people that can't hear and what you're there to do, which is to play music." And I'm not going to lie, man, people were moving all night long. It was really kind of inspiring to see. And Timothy's story is just so inspiring for many reasons. Like in Sam's article, he wrote that it was an injury that he sustained that
yeah,
hurt him, and it took
it's
his
great.
ability to hear away at a very young age. So thinking about like having um experience in the auditory world where you have heard
Well,
and
but
then having it removed.
he was only 3, and in the article, he recollects not having a recollection of of hearing.
Sure.
So that's a little bit different than, my friend Richard Jacovino, who's an amazing video guy, and a good friend of mine. He has, since I met him in 2015, he has pretty much lost all of his hearing, and he's getting ready to do a surgery on that. He's the greatest guy in the world. He's so talented, and he's a video editor. He has to match sound with video. It's really challenging, but he pulls it off. So if you had to choose to give up one of your senses, what would it be, Kevin?
If